In today's video, I've prepared a detailed overview of IELTS Writing Task 2 to help you get the score you need to pass this exam. It's Asia. Let's get started. The Task 2 essay tests if you can write in English, you might say. And indeed, your vocabulary and grammar determine half of your mark. Examiners also assess your ability to organize and develop your ideas according to the conventional academic style you would have to use when you study in English. That's what task response is all about, as well as coherence and cohesion, the other 50% of your mark. To be clear about what you're expected to do, let's look at a Task 2 sample. So this topic is from the Cambridge practice tests. Nowadays, many people choose to be self-employed rather than work for a company or organization. Why might this be the case? What could be the disadvantages of being self-employed? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. There are 5 different types of IELTS Task 2 questions. Our example is the 2 direct questions type. We have an opening statement followed by 2 questions. What about the other types? Look at how we can rewrite parts of our example essay to create more question types. Advantages and disadvantages. Nowadays, many people choose to be self-employed rather than work for a company or organization. Do the advantages of being self-employed outweigh the disadvantages? This task looks similar to our sample essay, but here the idea is to just compare arguments in favor or against a statement. 2 views and your opinion. Nowadays, many people choose to be self-employed. Some think being self-employed brings many benefits, while others believe it is too risky. Discuss both these views and give your own opinion. A very common Type 2 task. It looks a little more complicated because you have to address 2 points of view and give your own opinion. Opinion essay. It is better to be self-employed rather than work for a company or organization. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? Another popular type which asks for your opinion while looking at both sides of the argument. Problem solutions. Work-related stress is now a problem in many countries around the world. What are some of the factors that cause this stress and how can it be reduced? Here I changed the topic to make the example clearer. This double question task asks you to describe the causes of a problem and offer solutions. You have 40 minutes to complete Task 2. That's not a lot of time. That's why it's so vital to know where you're going, to have a very clear idea of how to develop the essay. No matter which of the 5 possible essay types comes up in your exam, it's better to keep to a 4-paragraph answer. There may be times when you can add an extra paragraph. I'm not saying not to, but let's look at the classic 4-paragraph model. Paragraph 1, outline the task and your aims. Paragraphs 2 and 3 cover the main arguments you're presenting. Paragraph 4, state your conclusions. The secret of Task 2 is not to overcomplicate your life. That applies not only to format but also to the content. Look at these preparatory notes for our topic. Reasons: potential to earn more. Flexibility: working hours, holidays, location. Disadvantages: financial uncertainty, more responsibilities, higher level of stress. We see just 2 reasons why. That's enough. 3 disadvantages are mentioned, yes, but notice how the first 2 are linked to the third. Both financial issues and added responsibilities can lead to stress. In other words, keep it relatively simple, but make meaningful connections. Relevance is a big part of your score. You need to answer the question. No matter what type of question this is, what you must do in the first paragraph is outline the topic and your aims. So here is paragraph 1. An increasing number of people today opt to work for themselves instead of having a job. This choice has a number of benefits and drawbacks which will be discussed in this essay. Notice how paraphrasing is used. Look again at the question and how we can rephrase it. The first sentence is similar to the topic sentence. Nowadays, many people choose to be self-employed rather than work for a company or organization. Why might this be the case? These are our benefits. What could be the disadvantages? These are our drawbacks. You're also telling your reader, the examiner, where you're going. Now, a little quote from a former IELTS examiner. If the question asks for your opinion, remember to state it in the opening paragraph. Now, paragraph 2. Present the benefits of being self-employed. Let's look more closely at the structure of this paragraph. The first sentence is often called the topic sentence. It states the main point of the paragraph. Some of the most common reasons for self-employment are the income and lifestyle that it may provide. We need to give examples and explanations. So sentence 2 goes into more details with some concrete examples of the benefits. Unlike employees, whose responsibilities and income are determined by their employers, people who work for themselves are free to implement their ideas as quickly as they can, and they receive all the revenue. The next sentence explains what that can mean in terms of income. That means that self-employed people can potentially earn much more than those with similar skills and experience who work for a salary. And sentence 4 states the same in terms of freedom. Moreover, not having a boss means that people can choose their own working hours and number of holidays, among other things. The last sentence has a very general example of the reasons why self-employment is becoming more popular and summarizes this paragraph. Not surprisingly, more and more people are leaving the safety of a salary job to become self-employed. The pattern of topic, example, explanation gives a coherent paragraph. In my courses, we look much deeper into how to develop your ideas, how to extend them, and give examples examiners are looking for. But now, let's have a look at the third body paragraph. This paragraph looks at the disadvantages. 6 sentences, a little longer, but again we can clearly see the topic, example, explanation sequence. Sentence 1 introduces the topic. Despite the obvious appeal, being self-employed is riskier than working for someone else. The next sentence presents the first risk involved. One of the risks is financial uncertainty. This is explained in the next sentence. Entrepreneurs and freelancers are not guaranteed a certain level of income, nor are they eligible for a pension, paid holidays, or sick leave. The next sentence presents another drawback. The workload may be higher too. Again, let's explain what this means. Unlike employees who can specialize in one function, the self-employed are responsible for all of the business operations, from attracting clients to delivering products or services to preparing their financial accounts, to name a few. And the final sentence of the paragraph links the 2 disadvantages to other negative consequences. The multitude of issues that self-employed people have to manage may cause them more stress and anxiety than full-time employees tend to experience. And now the final paragraph, which offers a short two-sentence conclusion. To conclude, more and more people are becoming self-employed, choosing the flexibility and unlimited potential that this career path provides. This is a summary of the reasons, now the disadvantages. On the downside, these people are not guaranteed any income and must take full responsibility for themselves. By the way, you can download this full sample answer via the link in the video description. Now, think for a moment. By changing the type of question, do we also change the paragraph structure? No, we don't. We still have the same 4 paragraphs. Now, out of the 4 assessment criteria, 2 of them, task response and coherence and cohesion, are closely connected to what we've been looking at so far today. In task response, the examiner wants to see if you've answered the question in full and developed your essay with relevant, extended, and supported ideas. Paragraphing and links within and between sentences, which create this logical sequence of ideas, will help you achieve a high score in coherence and cohesion. All these criteria will work through in depth in my courses, so you learn exactly what examiners are looking for and how to write essays for each type that adhere to these requirements. I'll leave the link to the courses in the video description if you'd like to check them out. Now, let's get to the next category, lexical resource or your vocabulary. The examiner is looking for a good range of vocabulary, which includes what they call less common items. This can mean words or combinations of words that have a precise meaning in a given context. Look at this from paragraph 2 again and notice the sophistication of the word combinations. The adjective noun of financial uncertainty, the verb noun phrase of not guaranteed a certain level of income, and the adjective preposition of are not eligible for. Examiners are not looking for some big fancy words from you, but they do look at how you use words and how you combine them to convey precise meaning. Let's talk about your grammar, or grammatical range and accuracy, as it's called in IELTS. A good mix of complex sentences with some simple ones where appropriate is the key. Notice how in our sample essay, in the 3rd paragraph, there are 2 simple sentences which introduce 2 of the main disadvantages. One of the risks is financial uncertainty. The workload may be higher too. They're both followed by complex sentences explaining each statement in more detail. Don't suppose that a simple sentence should be avoided. They can be very effective. The examiner is looking at your ability to write accurate complex sentences. And they don't need to be so complex. Use cohesive links such as although to join 2 clauses together in one sentence. Give examples or explanations through conditional sentences if. Where appropriate, use the passive voice. These are some of the grammatical features that will guarantee a high band score in your grammatical range and accuracy. And this sentence from the essay is actually quite a complex sentence with 5 clauses, and you don't have to go to this level of complexity to achieve band 7. So far, I've shown you the 4 main criteria examiners use to assess your essays. But there are more requirements in each of them that we touched on today. So, to succeed in your exam, I suggest that you should learn about each requirement and particularly about the signs of band 5 or band 6, or in other words, the common mistakes that are noted in the IELTS descriptors and how to avoid them. You should also learn about each of the 5 types of task too and how to answer them. And how to write, what to write about in each paragraph of your essay, particularly how to develop your ideas in your body paragraphs. And if you'd like to learn all this information in one place and study it step by step, check out my IELTS preparation courses, which include Writing Task 1, 2, and IELTS Speaking. They're linked in the description, along with the sample answer from today's lesson, which is free to download. To dive deeper into Writing Task 2 right now, you can watch this video on how to write a perfect introduction for your essay using a 3-sentence formula. And thank you so much for watching me today. Good luck with your preparation and your exam.